I have heard so many guys make this statement, I cannot marry out of pity. Do you really understand what this means, or you're just saying it because everyone is saying it, or you're just saying it because you just want to get away from that girl, or from that woman, or from that man? First of all, let's define pity. When you say the word pity, having pity on someone, it simply means the feeling of sorrow or compassion caused by suffering or misfortune. That is what the Google dictionary define it. Now, you can also say pity can mean sympathy. When you're having a feeling of compassion, like sympathy, empathy towards someone, right? And that is what you cannot marry for. Let me also explain that the opposite of sympathy is apathy, which is defined as lack of interest or concern towards someone. Do you know that the reason why you can look someone dead in the eye and say, sorry, I can't marry you, it is apathy, and that is not sympathy. When you look at someone and you think that you can't do without this person, this is the person I want to marry, this is the person I think I want to spend the rest of my life with, you need sympathy to do that, because you know that if you should disappoint this person or leave this person, it's going to hurt this person, and you can't afford to have this person go through this. That is sympathy. That is empathy. Now, when you intentionally shut someone off and say, no, I can't marry this person, you cannot love someone and not want to marry them, unless there is some circumstance, maybe genotype, or maybe all these also something and all that. But there are people that their own love supersede all those things. They got married even when they know that their genotype did not match. So unless there are circumstances like that, apart from that, you don't love that person enough to say you can't marry out of pity. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. If you don't have pity towards the person you're getting married to, what then do you have for that person? Because the opposite of you feeling pity or feeling sympathy for someone is feeling apathy. I don't know. I think for you to have decided to marry someone or not to leave someone, to be with someone because you know that if you leave them, they are going to get hurt, they are going to feel bad, you're probably going to miss out because you really want to spend all the rest of your life with this person. That is sympathy. That is pity. You need to pity someone to not want to hurt them. You need to pity someone. You need to have some level of sympathy, some level of empathy for you to say, no, I am not going to hurt this person. I am going to marry this person. Now, when you don't feel pity for this person, when you don't feel pity at all for this person, that is when you don't marry them. And not that you are marrying them out of pity or you cannot marry them. There is no pity there. This is apathy. This is lack of interest or compassion or concern or enthusiasm towards someone. It is not possible on earth that you can have some level of pity on someone and not want to marry them. So I want you to change that saying that I can't marry this girl out of pity. You are having pity. You cannot have pity for someone you don't love. Don't say it. You can't marry out of pity. We all need sympathy and empathy to be with someone, to decide to choose someone. Out of the thousands of people in the world, you choose one person and decide that no, I can't disappoint this person. I love this person. That's a sympathy. This is pity. You are marrying out of pity. You're marrying for pity, for sympathy, and for empathy. You see that one you left, you see that girl you disappoint, or that man you disappoint. That is not marrying out of pity. That is you leaving them out of lack of interest, lack of concern, lack of compassion. You feel nothing. There is no symptom of pity there. Because if you have pity for them, you want to watch them cry or watch them get hurt. I don't know if you understand.